Hi, welcome back to another chemistry lesson with Mr. Simons. Again, atomic combinations and intermolecular forces. But now we're looking at the question trees that revolve around boiling points, vapor pressure, your intermolecular forces, etc. Right? So we have two questions that test atomic combinations and intermolecular. Now I'm looking at the second variation. So consider the list of 6 substances with their formula and boiling points in the table below. We have water, ethanol, bromine, iodine, ammonia, phosphine. You should see there's a change in boiling points there, and they've given you the formula. Now explain why ethanol is soluble in water. Refer to the relative strength of intermolecular forces in ethanol and water. So there water has oxygen, so there's a hydrogen bond. There's also oxygen, so there's a hydrogen bond there. 3.2, explain why the boiling point of iodine is higher than that of bromine. So there, why the boiling point is higher, refer to the intermolecular forces present in each substance in the explanation. Explain why phosphine will evaporate faster than ammonia. So phosphine there, pH 3, evaporate faster than NH3. Again, with intermolecular forces present. Water, ethanol, and bromine are all liquids at room temperature. Which one has the highest vapor pressure? In 3.5, give a reason for your answer in question 3.4 by referring to the relative strength of intermolecular forces and boiling points. So as you can see here, we're looking at intermolecular forces and how it affects boiling point, melting point, vapor pressure, etc. Right? So you can attempt to answer. I'm going to answer them in the next set. Alright, explain why ethanol is soluble in water. So remember, intermolecular forces must be comparable or of the same strength for two atoms to be soluble in each other. So number one, as I said, water and ethanol both have hydrogen bonds. They have oxygen bonded there, so therefore there's hydrogen bonds. Right, which are the same in relative strength. So the hydrogen bond for both of them have the same strength. And therefore we need to know substances with comparable relative strength and intermolecular forces will dissolve. Right, so 1 mark for stating they have hydrogen bonds. Second mark stating that the hydrogen bonds are of relative strength. Third mark that atoms of relative strength are able to dissolve into each other. Explain why the boiling point of iodine is higher than that of bromine. Refer to the intermolecular forces present in each substance in the explanation. So for boiling point to be higher, it must have stronger intermolecular forces, right? So the intermolecular forces between molecules of iodine and bromine are both London forces, or I can say van der Waals forces or induced dipole forces, right? Now, iodine molecules have a bigger molecular mass than the molecules of bromine, right? So iodine is bigger than bromine molecule size, or I can say iodine molecules have a larger surface area than the molecules of bromine, any one of the two. And then we need to know, very important, the bigger the molecules or the larger the surface area of the molecules, the stronger the intermolecular forces. So big molecules, so big people generally tend to be far stronger than small children. That's the concept there. Want you to understand this. So iodine bigger than bromine, therefore bigger surface area, therefore stronger intermolecular forces. 1 mark for each one there, right? Explain why phosphine will evaporate faster than ammonia. So for phosphine to evaporate faster means it has weaker intermolecular forces than ammonia. So the intermolecular forces between phosphine molecules are called dipole-dipole forces or van der Waals forces. Intermolecular forces between ammonia molecules are hydrogen bonds. Alright, so there's a nitrogen bond in ammonia, so therefore there's hydrogen bonds. So hydrogen bond is stronger than dipole-dipole forces. So we can say the dipole-dipole forces are weaker than the hydrogen bonds. Weaker forces will cause the molecules to evaporate faster. So because it's weaker, it evaporates faster. I hope that makes sense. 4 marks. Water, ethanol, and bromine are all liquids at room temperature. Which one is the highest vapor pressure? So highest vapor pressure always goes with lowest boiling point. So between the three of them, water, ethanol, and bromine, bromine has the lowest boiling point. Therefore, it has the highest vapor pressure. 1 mark. So give a reason for the answer. The boiling point of bromine is lower than the other two liquids, therefore it has weaker intermolecular forces. If the intermolecular forces are weaker, the vapor pressure will be higher, meaning it will turn into a gas easier than the other two. Right? Hope that makes sense. God bless. Bye. See you in the next lesson.